gallon highway, the Chevrolet Trailblazer, and Chevrolet Equinox with 33 miles per gallon highway. And don't forget about our EV options, the Chevrolet Bolt and Equinox. Chevrolet, together let's drive. BombChevyBuick.com, right from the start.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest on the Zoom today is Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch, and if you can't see the mayor, that is because he can't get his mic or his camera going. But Mr. Mayor, good to have you on. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, thanks for making time for us. And sorry we can't see you this morning. Always good to have you on the program that way. But we'll make do nonetheless. And tonight's a big night in Lincoln, Mr. Mayor. I know the summertime brings the annual Third Friday celebrations in downtown Lincoln, and of course, this is the third Friday of May. So let's dive into it. What do you got going on?
Yeah, so it's the kickoff event for the season. The theme tonight is going to be American Heroes. So it really just plays into it's the 250th anniversary of the country, and we're trying to draw a pretty good crowd downtown. Had a little weather this morning we're contending with, but it's supposed to move out so that we'll have a good evening. We got a band everybody enjoys called Harmony Grits playing this evening. So lots of good stuff going on as usual with Third Fridays, and we hope people will come out.
Third Fridays, what are these all about? Who puts it on? What goes on here, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, I talk about so much I forget about that stuff. City of Lincoln, we started this several years ago. The idea of Third Fridays is it's kind of like a small downtown street festival for a few hours. We do it on the third Friday of May, June, and July. June is actually we call it Nashville Nights. The downtown businesses work with us. It's a bigger event than our other two. And the idea started out that, you can come down with your family on a Friday night, and for $20 or so, you can feed your family, have some fun, interact with other people. It's just a good way to get out and enjoy things.
Yeah, very good. So come on out. And I know in the past, like each Friday has kind of had its own theme. What are some of the other themes for this year?
Some themes that have been in the past have been like Shark Week. We're not doing that one this year. And then let me pull up real quick. Looks like the one for, well, I don't have it up.
That's right.
I'll get it back to you in the next segment, but I forget what July is going to be.
Sure. You mentioned the city kind of spearheads this effort. What goes into planning for this? Like, do you have someone, whether it's within the council or city staff, that takes this on? Who kind of leads the charge with this?
Yeah, so the city does. We have a committee made up of some city elected officials and then some members of the general public. We work with our park district. They're members of that group as well. And we meet every month, at least through the period of the events, through the May, June, and July. But we also start planning and leading up to that first event. I found the theme for July, it's Sock Hop. And so we got a group coming in called the 66 Ramblers. So it's kind of a cool spin on Get Your Kicks on Route 66, cool. Playing along with what's going on with the Centennial this year. So, yeah.
Cool. So again, Third Fridays in Lincoln. It's a good time. Do you have like food trucks that come in? Are some of your downtown restaurants doing anything? Like talk about the activity of the square itself. Who gets involved there?
Yeah, a little bit of all of it. So we block off the whole downtown area. So it's, people can roam freely through the event area. We have some of our businesses have chose to participate in there. Coffee shops, they'll sell coffee. And then like Guest House, they'll bring food out on the sidewalk and sell food options. There's a lot of nonprofits that do. We have food trucks that come in, bouncy houses for kids. The park district brings games. There's a band that is playing for each event. Nashville Nights, there will be several bands playing that night. Cool. And then the parklet. You can hang out in the parklet and eat or have a drink with your friends. There's car shows sometimes. We also have a marketplace where vendors come in and sell items that they've handmade. And so we pretty much cover the entire downtown square, and we're actually expanding well beyond that at this point.
Yeah, sure. You mentioned it's May, June, and July. If I'm not mistaken, August is when kind of Up in Smoke happens, correct?
Yeah, it's, I believe, the third or fourth weekend of August. That's the Balloons Over 66, Up in Smoke, Doc Dogs, all that stuff. Yeah.
So really something going on every month on the square for folks to come out and be a part of.
Yep, absolutely.
Cool. Nice. Well, on that note, Mr. Mayor, is this a big added expense for the city, or is this just kind of something you budget for and give back? How does that work?
Yeah, that's a good point. There is an expense to putting this on. We have to pay a band to come in and for various things that are associated with the event. But we take a very small portion of our hotel motel tax, and we apply it to this activity. I think we average around about $8,000 a year that we budget for this. It's been more, it's been less in years. It just depends. And a lot of it just goes towards the expense of the band, the bouncy houses, signage, materials, things like that. So,
Cool.
but yeah, it's all paid for through hotel motel tax, which, for the record, hotel motel tax cannot be used for road improvements, alleys, or anything of that nature. It specifically has to go to tourist related activities, and we feel that this meets that criteria, and that's why we use those funds.
Got it. Very good. So Third Friday's kickoff tonight in Lincoln. Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch on the Zoom with us here this morning. Mr. Mayor, I know it was maybe year and a half ago or so, you and I caught up the possibility of Lincoln College reopening. That is not going to be happening. However, there might be something happening at the campus itself. What's going on here, sir?
Yeah, the Lincoln College Board of Trustees have done a phenomenal job over the last few years of trying to recruit a potential buyer for that property, and they've gone through several other prospects. But where we're at now is they have a prospect. He's actually signed. He's under contract with the college. His name is Chase Houston, and Chase has a significant investment in the city of Lincoln already. He's been here several years. He owns well over 100 rental properties in the community, takes his money, puts it back in for the betterment of the community. Mm-hmm. And he saw an opportunity here to purchase the college. So he is working with the Board of Trustees to, in fact, do that. The city's involvement in this is that his vision for that property requires that property to be rezoned from residential to commercial. And so he went to the Planning Commission for the city of Lincoln. They advanced it to the city council for consideration and or approval. This week, the council heard from Mr. Houston and heard some of his vision, asked a lot of questions, and the council agreed to move this forward to the voting agenda for next week. So next week, hopefully the council will vote to approve this rezoning request. I think another thing to add in here is that this will be a change for that residential area. And we are being very mindful of the feedback that we're getting from the residents. We're trying to protect the city's interests in this transaction. And all parties have been great to work with and are amenable to the things we've asked for. So all things look good at this point, and we'll see what happens next week.
What's his vision for the property?
So it will start out, he's going to take the dorms, and there's approximately 500 dorm rooms there. He's going to make a substantial investment and convert those to apartments. And they will not be low-income apartments, Section 8 apartments. They'll be affordable quality apartments that individuals can purchase. And once that is in place, or perhaps, as he's working on that, he's working on other things about the library being used
Uh-huh.
for the public, the pool being
Yeah.
repaired and reopened
Yeah.
for the public,
Yeah.
since we don't have a pool in the community other than the park district. And he's got a vision where we can use the ball fields to bring in minor league teams, add bleachers, utilize the gym over there,
Yeah.
use the classrooms, the theater. He's got a broad plan, but the beauty of his plan is that they don't all hinge on each other. So if one piece doesn't happen immediately, it doesn't prevent the other pieces from happening. So, and that's a little different than some of the prospects that we've spoke with the college in the past.
Uh-huh.
One of the big things the city is working on, and I've talked with Mr. Houston since the council meeting this week, is we're trying to preserve the Lincoln Heritage Museum because it sits on that property.
Right.
There are a lot of very rare artifacts in there related to Abraham Lincoln. And we want to make sure that that curated collection does not leave the city of Lincoln.
Mhm.
And so having discussions about what that looks like, I'm optimistic that the city will eventually take ownership of that collection and the operation of that facility, fold it into our tourism program,
Mhm.
and we'll preserve that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and you mentioned some of the facilities. I mean, gosh, you've got that museum that is just man, that thing was redone not that long ago. You've got that beautiful athletic facility as well that they invested a lot of money into back in the day. So yeah, there's a lot there. I mean, that and where they have the theater and everything, that building is just fantastic. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be interesting. You mentioned the feedback from the residents around that area. What are they saying? What are their concerns that you're hearing about?
So one of the things that they are concerned about is increased property values and their taxes going up. And I don't want to dismiss that. That is, in fact, a legitimate concern on their part. I think that we might have seen some of that with some of the other prospects that have come in, but we're going to do our best to work through those issues
Uh-huh.
and see if the city can mitigate that in any way. Some of the other things that we're working on at the city is that's a busy road. And so I've been talking with Streets and Alley Superintendent about, ways we can slow people down. The neighbors in that resident have been concerned about it. They're also
That's a long
concerned that if
standing issue. I mean, people flying through that area.
it is, it's very, very busy. We put speed signs up, but the reality of it is, most people won't pay attention to those. They'll slow down as long as there's a police presence, but when there's not, they resume the high speeds. That we see that throughout the entire community. One of the other concerns is that if the sale of the property does not go through and the city does actually rezone that to commercial, that could open up the door for large industry to come in there.
Mhm.
And the residents simply do not want large industry in that area. And I agree, I don't think it's ideal for large industry.
Mhm.
So we have asked them to put a condition on the sale of the property to say essentially, we will rezone it if the sale goes through.
Sure.
Otherwise, we will not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So in terms of the condition of those buildings, like they've been unoccupied for a good while now. What's their condition like?
Most of them are in good condition. There are some that need a little TLC. The college was working on that before the college shut down. But one thing to point out here is that the college has maintained those buildings even in the absence of a college operating there and people occupying the buildings.
Okay.
So they have paid out of their pocket to make sure that in the winter they're heated. There's basic maintenance going on and security. People haven't pillaged the properties. And they do have a person that maintains and looks over that property. But to that point, they can only sustain that for so long. And the president of the board of trustees, Patrick Doolin, came in and spoke to the council and conveyed to them that they've probably got operating expenses through the end of this year
Uh-huh.
at best. And so beyond that, if they run out of operating expenses, that then opens up the property to potential things like bankruptcy sales and things of that nature. And then once that happens, you lose the ability to be a little bit more critical about the use of that property, at least the city does. And so that's another reason why we think that this option is a good option. One of our council members this week, Mr. Becky, also brought up that in the event that that property sells, he has asked that we put a first right of refusal in that contract that says if in fact you do choose to close this property, the city would like the option to discuss ownership of that property before you put it out to auction or sale. So, you know, we're doing everything we can to take care of the concerns that have been raised. We're trying to look out for the best interests of the city while we try to support Mr. Houston and his vision, because I truly believe his vision will be great for the city of Lincoln.
Very good. On that note, Mr. Mayor, I tell you what, let's go ahead and take a break and come back with some more. Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch on the Zoom with us. More to come with the mayor on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
Hey, it's Shane from Highway 51 Exchange, your mower and equipment service pros just south of Clinton. Click our banner ad on DeWittDailyNews.com or give us a call to schedule your free pickup and delivery today. Highway 51 Exchange.
Hey, I got a
Lincoln's
camera.
brighter days and more time to enjoy them. Your home should too. At Hickory Point Garden Homes in Forsyth, enjoy one-story living and walking paths right outside your door. Spend less time on upkeep and more time enjoying spring. To learn more, click our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Here's our media group owner, Matt Hart, talking about IL SportsWire and the innovation of bringing you local content.
Who's been covering the band? No one, and that's what's so exciting about this, Seth. No one has been covering this stuff before. No one has been covering the cheerleaders, the band, the fan, but that's where the stories are. And we want to tell those stories, and we got the platforms to do it. We've got IL SportsWire to do it. It's growing, exploding.
Find IL SportsWire on your preferred social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest again, Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch. And Mr. Mayor, we can see you. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for coming on and talking with us. And I've only got a few minutes with you left, sir. We really hit on a lot with Lincoln College and what could be happening there, which is definitely exciting. What else is going on in Lincoln these days? What's kept you busy? What's kept the council busy?
Well, one of the big things is Fifth Street Road project. So finally, after 28 years, the project has broke ground. They're doing work out on Fifth Street. Matter of fact, there's a section of the road that's been completely removed, and that is progress, but it also brings inconvenience. Getting ready for Tremont Street to get a resurfacing as well, and the pavilion up on 8th Street, it is well underway. It's being constructed, scheduled to be done by August or September. So, you know, a lot of things going on in Lincoln.
Very good. Very good. Fifth Street's going to be a big one. I know probably a lot of folks very excited about that. What else is going on with like parks? I believe you mentioned parks with me before we got started. Did I hear that right?
Well,
signage.
we're always doing.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
Was it signage for parks? Some parks is ringing a bell. I don't know why.
I don't know, but I mean, we're always doing stuff with parks. Actually, there was a new pavilion that was built by the high school that was erected in one of our parks this past week.
Oh, cool.
And so more improvement. We're talking about some park equipment up on the 8th Street lot to complement the other things going on up there. So, you know, I got a person in charge of parks, my assistant, she loves doing it. And our parks look really remarkable, considering they weren't so much. Probably 3 to 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've come along.
I want to mention before we let you go, Mr. Mayor, June 1st is going to be a big day for the city of Lincoln, a project that you've been working on for a long time coming to fruition. What's going on?
Yeah, the Museum of Route 66 is going to open up. Our tourism director, Scott McCoy, and his assistant, Lexi Groves, they have been in there just busting their butt, getting that thing ready. I mean, they're essentially doing in several months what takes most people years to complete.
Mhm.
We're going to do a soft opening on June 1st, and then we'll have a big grand opening after that. So it's a work in progress. There will always be new exhibits going in to the museum, but I think people are going to be very pleased by what they see.
Nice. So come check that out. What will be hours of operation? Will there be a cost of admission, things like that?
I don't think we've solidified that, but you can expect somewhere around like $5 admission or so, and then probably some sort of coupon or something to also use in other downtown businesses or businesses in Lincoln. I think the hours will probably be normal hours, 9 to 5. We'll just have to get a feel for what that looks like, because we're also going to have to get some volunteers to help us as well with that. It's a big operation. So we're working out some of the details while they're trying to build out the exhibit. And so, they got a lot of plates spinning, but it'll be good in the end.
Very good. Very good. Well, on that note, Mr. Mayor, I look at the clock. I got about a minute left. Like I said, anything else keeping y'all busy over there, or anything coming up you want to put on the radar for folks?
I think we covered all the big hitters right now. The 4th of July parade.
Mhm.
We are planning a parade for the 4th of July, and we're going to work with other entities within the community to make that a big success.
Sure.
So people are pretty excited about that. So lots going on.
Very good. Very good. On that note, Mr. Mayor, let's let folks know how they can follow along with all things City of Lincoln, your calendar of events. Where do they go? How do they find all that?
Yeah, I would recommend they go to lincolnil.gov.
Mhm.
Or they can go to the City of Lincoln Facebook page, and we're really good about putting everything out there.
Easy enough. Mr. Mayor, always good to see you. Thanks for joining us here for this morning. Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch on the Zoom with us. Network news comes your way next on the morning show. And again, the morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance.
WHOW.